Once Upon a Time in the Jolly Town of Peppa Land, Part 3. Peppa held the map tightly, her heart racing with excitement as she led her friends onto the mysterious path winding into the woods. The towering trees formed a leafy canopy overhead, filtering the moonlight into a soft glow. The air smelled fresh, mixed with the scent of moss and wildflowers. George clutched the lantern, his little hands trembling slightly. "Peppa, are you sure we should go in here?" he whispered. "We'll be fine, George," Peppa reassured him with a smile. "We have the map, the lantern, and each other." Susie Sheep stepped closer, her eyes gleaming with curiosity. Maybe the treasure is hidden deep inside the woods. Danny Dog, always ready for adventure, wagged his tail. "Let's find out." Emily Elephant, the tallest of them all, glanced around cautiously. "Just remember, if anything seems too scary, we turn back, okay?" With a collective nod, they took careful steps into the unknown. The whispering woods, the deeper they walked, the quieter everything became. The chirping of crickets and rustling of leaves were the only sounds accompanying them. Shadows danced along the tree trunks as their lantern flickered. Suddenly, George gasped. "Look! Glowing mushrooms!" The friends gathered around a fallen log covered in tiny, luminescent mushrooms. They emitted a soft blue light, making the woods look magical. "Wow, it's like fairy lights," Susie whispered in awe. Peppa traced her finger along the map, her eyes narrowing. "It says we need to find a clearing where the stars light up, but I don't see a clearing anywhere." Emily peered ahead. "Maybe it's further in." As they continued, a sudden rustling came from behind a nearby bush. What was that?" Danny gulped, stepping closer to Peppa. George gripped her hand tightly. "Is it another fox?" Peppa slowly raised the lantern to illuminate the bushes. The rustling grew louder, and then a pair of big round eyes blinked back at them. The friends gasped as a small brown owl hopped out onto the path. It tilted its head, watching them curiously. "Oh, it's just an owl," Emily sighed in relief. The owl flapped its wings and hooted softly before taking off into the night sky. The children giggled, their fear melting away. "That gave me a fright," Susie admitted, shaking her head. The secret Starry clearing after following the winding path for a while. They finally emerged into a breathtaking clearing. The trees parted, revealing an open sky filled with twinkling stars. The ground shimmered faintly, as if the stars above were reflected in the grass. Fireflies danced around them, adding to the enchantment. "It's beautiful," Peppa gasped. George looked up in wonder. "It's like we're in space." But then Danny spotted something unusual. "Hey, what's that over there?" Near the center of the clearing stood an ancient-looking stone with strange carvings on it. A small wooden chest sat at its base, half buried in the grass. "The treasure!" Susie squealed. Peppa and George hurried over, brushing away the grass. Emily and Danny helped lift the chest, and together they opened it. Inside, instead of gold or jewels, they found something even more special. A collection of old weathered books filled with magical-looking drawings of Peppa Land, the stars, and ancient stories. "It's a treasure of knowledge," Emily exclaimed. Peppa flipped through the pages and gasped. "Look, this book tells the story of Peppa Land from a long, long time ago. And there's a map of places we've never seen before." Susie giggled. "It looks like we've just found the beginning of an even bigger adventure." The friends sat together under the starry sky, flipping through the ancient books, excitedly planning their next journey. Little did they know, this treasure held secrets that would lead them to the greatest adventure Peppa Land had ever seen. To be continued.